What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome back to the Mobile Gaming Recap. In today's video, grossing over $100 million, Genshin Impact has already recouped development costs in just a mere 2 weeks. So according to PC Gamer, Genshin Impact has already grossed $100 million since it globally launched only 2 weeks ago. That is a huge global success by any standard. I'm going to kind of make that make sense for you a little bit later in the video. This data comes from several sources that confirm that the game has already made over $100 million in the US in only 12 days. Now, this is tied to the fact that the overall game development budget was right around the range of $100 million. So right now, as we stand, Genshin Impact has already recouped all development costs that went into creating Genshin Impact. And from this point out, they're in the green and just printing money and printing profit. So to put that in perspective and to compare it to popular PC and console games, for example, the original Tomb Raider reboot that we got a few years ago, that game had a reported budget right around $100 million. It went on to sell enough copies to make $60 million in the first 48 hours. So to compare it back to Genshin Impact, it took Genshin Impact 2 weeks to make $100 million. It took Tomb Raider 2 days to make $60 million. And to put the game's budget in perspective once again, so you have Tomb Raider, you have games like Grand Theft Auto 4, which was a $100 million budget game. Red Dead Redemption was another $100 million budget game. Witcher 3 was like right around 80 million or so. So you can kind of get the perspective that this game, when it comes to the budget at least, is right up there with the big dogs, and they expect big dog return on investment. And so far, so good when it comes to MiHoYo's gamble with this title. Now, before we continue on, before anyone gets it twisted, FG is not saying that Genshin Impact is going to continue riding this momentum. I think a large majority of the player base that wanted to drop the big bucks have already done so, and they don't really have much more incentive to keep spending in the game right now until, you know, more banners come out, more waifus, more husbandos, all those things. So I give you that Witcher 3 data point just to give you guys a little bit of context and perspective, and because that information was really easy for me to find. So Genshin Impact on an absolute terror through the gaming industry. And notice I don't say mobile gaming industry, I say gaming industry, because obviously Genshin Impact has crossed over completely. I see a lot of really funny comments around Reddit and Discord saying, now wait a minute, I thought Genshin Impact was a free-to-play game. How on earth did it already make $100 million? Y'all are a bunch of gambling addicts. Well, you know what? Commenters, random commenters around the internet, you guys are not wrong. So check out this little experiment. So check this out. If you want to know how Genshin Impact made $100 million in 2 weeks and counting, let me show you a little experiment, shall we? So here I am on the worldwide internet on YouTube in a private window. You know what that's all about. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. It's for searching for information that is not tainted by a user's individual search history. Exactly. That's the answer we all had, right? So check this out. Let's kind of go through here. We're going to do a 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, right? And after I type in that, I'm going to type in a $sign. Nothing comes up. How about a Dokkan battle? Type in a little bit of Dokkan battle action, $sign. Nothing. How about Fate Grand Order? $sign. Nothing comes up. Check out when you type in Genshin Impact, $sign. So if you want to know how a free-to-play game has printed over $100 million, all you got to do is type in Genshin Impact $7,000, and you see my boy over here drop $7,000 to get D-Luck. 150 versus 7,000. So yeah, got my boy Darth microtransaction over here, $1,500. Looks like he's regretting life all over the place. This is the reason why this game is absolutely printing money. It's absolutely insane. So Genshin Impact on an absolute fantastic start and has completely transcended just mobile gaming. So the very next question has got to be, where does Genshin Impact go from here, and how does it maintain this momentum? If you've been kind of watching the game on Twitch right now, a lot of viewers have kind of fallen off Genshin Impact. The game was routinely right around like 80K viewers and has steadily kind of dropped down from there. Obviously, this all depends on the time of day that you're looking at the game, which type of Twitch streamers are actually playing the game, etc., etc. I totally get that, but it cannot be disputed that, you know, once you're out of the honeymoon period, once, you know, a lot of people that are not really into gacha games, that are not really into kind of the daily grind, that aren't a big fan of the resin system and the stamina system of Genshin Impact, once you kind of weed out all of those players, you have to expect a small drop off. So how does a game continue to push forward, print money, and continue to dominate all mobile gaming and penetrate that PC and console crowd as well? So if you take a look at the recent blog posts of MiHoYo, they have stated that this game will receive updates right around every 6 weeks. Our very first major version update is going to be version 1.1. That's estimated to arrive right around November 11th. That's going to bring with it the Unreconciled Stars event, which will take place in that version. Obviously, you can expect, you know, bug fixes, tweaks, streamlining, quality of life, etc., etc. And I would be dumbfounded if they don't address a lot of the major criticisms that people have for the game thus far, because I do not think that MiHoYo wants to let go of this stranglehold that they have on this market right now. Especially now, you know, a lot of other game developers are going to be looking at this and they're going to be like, yo, you know what? We got next. We can make a game like that too. $100 million? Tencent's probably like, yo, I got that times 5. So MiHoYo is off to a very good start. They're ahead. They're at the front of the pack. They're going to be the trendsetter. But this is not going to maintain forever. When you make this much money, when you make this big of a splash, other companies are going to be looking at this and they're going to be trying to replicate this as well. So competition's coming, but they absolutely have a great head start. We're also going to see version 1.2 arrive around December the 23rd, and then version 1.3 way out there in February 2021. Get something nice for your girlfriend or your boyfriend for Valentine's Day. So Genshin Impact by far is the biggest impact on the mobile gaming market, including the PC and console market as well. I think a lot of people were very surprised on how big and how wide the scope this game was. A lot of people that you would not have expected to play a mobile, I gotta stop calling it a mobile game. I guess we'll just call it a game. A lot of people that you did not expect to play a game like this, jumping in, spending tons of money, which blows my mind when you think about how many people completely disparage on the gacha gameplay, right? People all the time. It's an easy target, right? Making fun of gacha gamers is a very easy target. But to see all of those people that maybe, you know, a year ago would have been making fun of gachas completely being taken in and opening up their wallets, it's crazy to see. So with that being said, I have a poll for you that I would love to get your feedback on. So here's the question. What impact will Genshin Impact have on PC and console gaming monetization? I think this really has no sway on mobile gaming, because mobile gaming, we already live and breathe this kind of stuff. But PC and console, you know, outside of things like FIFA and things of that nature, they're not really into the gacha mechanics as the mobile gaming industry are. So what impact will this have on PC and gaming monetization going forward? Will it be a positive impact? Will we start seeing more high quality games go free to play with, you know, side monetization? Or will Genshin Impact have a negative impact on the PC and console gaming sphere? Will developers start saying, you know what, why not charge $60 for a Genshin Impact like experience and get all of that gacha money at the same exact time? Or the last entry, no impact at all. Will it just be business as usual when it comes to PC and console games, where we primarily continue to just see, you know, $60 and $70 titles, and we see, you know, the game development studios that handle PC and console shy away from gacha mechanics because they don't really want to deal with like the negative press that accompanies that, even though MiHoYo really hasn't had to deal with that too much. You let me know. This poll will be down in the description at the pinned comment. Once again, my name is FG3000. That was the mobile gaming recap, and I'll see you guys in the next one later.